Good Saturday morning is December 14th, 2024. Gonna be a good day for the parade, although a bit chilly out there. If you're going to the Bristol parade or the Leesburg parade today, you'll need to make sure you have your layers. Fortunately, there's not a lot of wind around. It's just chilly weather, and that you can deal with if you bundle properly. If you have a little touch of some snow, and then maybe something later in the week, a little touch, but these are touches. Gonna get cold, then I don't know what's gonna happen on the forecast. The models have really been shifting around. And here's the deal. I don't foresee this winter being a super snowy winter, even though we may have some real bouts of cold. We may get little things like what we may experience this week. Quite often, maybe they'll have a little more snow. We'll actually get some accumulation out of them. But I think getting big storms this year is going to be really, really hard. The reason why is because the northern jet stream and the southern jet stream are really not going to play together. The northern jet stream can do it if it can dig moisture far enough south underneath the cold air. Versus when we have cold air in place and the southern jet stream brings colder, a lot of moisture into the cold air and it gets blocked up. This high over to the east that's been causing us the cold yesterday, today, the day before, and a little bit into tomorrow. It is locked up here. 1051 is a really strong high pressure, and it's damming cold air up here against the east side of the mountains. That's why I mentioned to you before. You see these dips in the isobars here. That means that there's cold air seeping down the east side of the mountains because the high is rotating like this. And it's cold, so it's dense, and it's damming up into the mountains. And then we do have some moisture on the way, so you can imagine they're going to combine here a little bit. So this goes out, through the rest of the day and into Sunday. And then as we go through Sunday, you see some moisture getting towards us. Depending on how cold this cold area is, how deep the cold area is, it depends on whether or not we'll see sleet or snow. I'm guessing we're going to see some sleet and snow mix right at the start. Maybe a little sleet and rain mix, and then maybe just plain old rain. Not going to be too much. Now we go into Monday and Tuesday. Monday, I thought it was going to dry up. I mean, originally we were saying rain all day, and I just didn't really feel like that was going to be the case because the model forecast kept on saying no. So Monday morning early, there could be some rain, but then it's going to clear up. Still not super warm, but definitely warming up. Don't get me wrong. Monday will be warmer. Tuesday will be even warmer as we get some southerly winds, and then this front approaches us to bring another shot of cooler air next week. Now watch this as a cold air. Well, first of all, we get a little front come through here on Tuesday. Sorry about that. Then we see this rebuilding cold air and some moisture along it. There's another powerful high pressure coming out of Canada, bringing the cold air, bringing the wind. So guess what that means for us? As it approaches, it gets cold enough here on the GFS and wraps enough moisture to get some snow. But honestly, boy, does this look like Thursday forecasts that the GFS was showing a week ago, where snow was going to come in over top of us as this storm ended because there was a little bit of wave of low pressure here. I mean, getting these waves of low pressure along the front that comes through and brings in the cold air, honestly, best bets for snow this year. So a rain within a secondary wave forming on that front, and enough cold air filtering in that you get it. I don't think we get a good interaction here. So yes, we may see some brief snow. We'll just have to see. Right now, I would bet more on rain than snow, just because of what just happened. That doesn't mean I could be totally wrong. Models showing cold air chasing moisture usually doesn't work out. But look at this. I mean, next weekend, here we go again. Another cold Thursday, Friday, Saturday with really chilly winds coming in from the north. Just a cold setup. And then after this, I'm in La La Land. Because I think things have been shifting around crazily after this point. There were times where it looked like a big snowstorm was going to come in for Christmas week at one point, and it stopped, and it came back, and it stopped, and it came back. Now it's gone away again. So I'd say keep this put a post-it on it to come back and figure out what's going to happen. I do think it's going to stay chilly and cold for Christmas week, but not super cold. As a matter of fact, now with the forecast, this actually shows us warming up pretty strong by Christmas with southerly winds and this high off the East Coast. This is what was showing up briefly before. I thought, we're going to torch. Then it kicked it down the road, so it's also going to be warmer and colder. And now it's back to saying it's going to be warmer. And part of it has to do with the way it breaks down this western ridge here. Because if you get a trough going to the west coast, you're going to get a ridge pump up here on the east coast. Ridge means the warmer air in the east coast. And honestly, I've always thought it was going to do that around Christmas. And then after Christmas, as we head into the New Year, was going to be the next shot of cold. So, I mean, this says only got torched. As a matter of fact, here it's cooling down a little bit more as high kind of slips into the region around Christmas time. Maybe this brings a little bit of snow on Christmas versus rain. We'll have to see. Kind of funny, it's on Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday time frame. So that's chilly for a few days. So maybe Christmas isn't super warm. We get some cold air damming here. You can see it again. Here are the lines drooping east of the mountains because the side's bringing the cold air east of the mountains. So won't be a super warm up here quite yet. But then that's some southerly winds, and so we should warm up, and another front comes through. And then this looks pretty warm. High source south, southerly winds pumping in here. So this is between Christmas and New Year. Could be a nice warm trend for the weekend after Christmas. If this comes true, I think we're going to see a warm-up. I do. But then we're going to see something big. A big, cold, high pressure is going to come into the United States. This one's actually modified air. But this is cold air seeping into the United States. My question is, will this be the big Arctic plunge, or is it just going to temporarily, briefly touch us, or is it going to allow the slide for more cold air to enter the nation? The trends on the models and long-term models have slowed down the cold air re-arriving, but I think January's ended up being pretty cold. I thought it'd be colder, honestly, right as we headed into January. So let's see what happens. I don't think anything's set after the next, maybe like Thursday, even Thursday, whether or not we get snow is up in the air. But through about Thursday and into the next weekend where it gets cold again, that all looks normal. That's been the repeat pattern. Modeled up in the middle part of the beginning part of the week, maybe some rain, and then cold and windy conditions, and then we don't have snow, but oh well. And then we warm up a little bit, and then another front comes through and cools us down for the weekend. It's been a rinse repeat pattern, so breaking that down could be a little bit interesting. We'll have to see if things do, or if we reload and get cold again. I'm just not sure yet what to say. But I honestly do think that, yes, we're due for a little warm-up and then maybe cool down again in the beginning part of January. So we'll see how that goes. All right, it's a long discussion. We'll have to see what happens. But I can tell you this. Today, cold, but not windy. Tomorrow, cold. Cold enough for some sleet and freezing rain, possibly in snow. Not freezing rain. Sleet and snow, maybe in rain mix. Turning over to rain. Nothing too big. Some rain showers on and off maybe tomorrow night into early on Monday. Mild Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, a little bit of showers possibly coming through. Wednesday, pretty mild. Thursday, front's going to come through. Will it into snow? Not sure, but we'll get some rain, some precipitation as we continue to need. And then on Friday, cold, windy conditions. Saturday, cold, windy conditions. Sunday, less windy, getting a little bit milder. It looks like we'll probably mild up some on Christmas week. But I mean, not super hot or anything like that, but a little bit above normal. And we'll have to see what goes on after that. Anyway, that's your long outlook. Sorry for so much details, but it's been an interesting pattern. It's also been interesting because the models have painted a huge storm in this and then backed off. Maybe it'll come back by later today. We'll see. Have a great one. Have an awesome weekend. Get out there and see the parades. Percival at noon. Leesburg later this evening, I think around 6, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's later, but I think it's 6 p.m. Or maybe it's 5 p.m. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. this evening. So 6 p.m. this evening, parade in Leesburg. I like them because they have a lot of lights and stuff on the different floats and stuff. Bundle up. Won't be windy, but it's going to be chilly for sure. And then, potentially some sleety, snowy stuff tomorrow afternoon. Turning over to rain. Nothing too exciting. And then as we head into the week, we'll be mild. So anyway, have an awesome weekend.